Real-time financial and sales reporting, journal processing, budgeting and forecasting via familiar Microsoft Excel. Simple solutions for browser-based purchase order and purchase requisition approval. Standard and custom SharePoint web parts for SAP. Bringing these web parts, including standard and custom SAP iViews, together in a SharePoint composite page or IQX intuitive workspace. Deploying SAP to casual users via a simple electronic form with live SAP data lookups. This is an example of an intuitive workspace based on the role of a credit manager. Here we have web parts bringing workflows and actions, analytics, KPI information out of SAP or BW, unstructured documents, in this case a customer credit application for a particular customer, third-party content, in this case it happens to be a credit rating agency for this customer that you bring to the workspace. Leveraging SharePoint lists, and in this case we're adding to a SharePoint list a range of blocked orders, a list of blocked orders for a particular customer, giving you the ability to right-click on any particular line, any particular blocked order, and simply release the order from SharePoint directly without having to navigate the SAP GUI. This is an example of a custom web part. In this case it provides information around a credit status of a particular customer, showing you a graphical indication of the credit status, and in this case it's not terribly good, showing you the financial information with respect to the customer, and giving the ability to update the credit limit directly within the web part without having to navigate the GUI. We're not trying to reinvent the SAP user interface. Where we need to access a SAP transaction, we simply fire off the HTML GUI and provide the context to that transaction, in this case the customer number itself, to the SAP transaction. The web parts that you see here are all linked and related to one another. So for instance, if I'm looking at a different customer, it would automatically update the analytics, the credit information, the documents, etc. for that new customer, making it very easy to construct a workspace for you that has all the right information at the right time, all in one place, to eliminate the frantic searching for information when you need to. This is an example of an intuitive workspace created for a maintenance or a service manager, where we bring to the one place all of the information, the transactions, documents, etc., analytics, to make the role of a maintenance manager so much easier. The first web part you're looking at is a search facility to be able to enter in information such as text information about a piece of equipment or any other piece of information, and go and retrieve that master record directly out of the SAP system. Again, we're leveraging the power of SharePoint lists, and in this case we've compiled a list of issues that have been raised and sent to the maintenance administrator or the maintenance manager. We have the ability to leverage Microsoft Outlook to be able to create issues and have those mailed to administrator, which will automatically appear in this SharePoint workspace list. Taking this one step further, you can simply right-click on one of the lines within the issues list and directly create a notification transaction in SAP. The web part will automatically go and pull out keywords, key bits of information from the email and create a maintenance transaction. This web part provides a filtered list of notifications with the ability to select various ones. We can change what information is delivered to this web part. The next web part provides a high-level maintenance capability. Could be for a piece of equipment, functional location, or a work center. The next web part provides again a list of unstructured documents that are associated with the piece of equipment that you've highlighted within this notification. Third-party content, in this case manufacturer information, manufacturer's website for that piece of equipment. It could be a manufacturer's catalog for that piece of equipment. These web parts are also sometimes exactly what you need, and you would need to go access a standard SAP transaction, in this case opening up the equipment display transaction simply by executing the HTML query directly out of the workspace. These web parts again are all interlinked, which means as I select a different line within the notification list, the KPI information and the associated documents and the third-party content will be filtered and updated according to the equipment or the function location within the next notification that I've created. Leveraging Microsoft SharePoint InfoPath forms to drive SAP transactions to the rock face is a really exciting way to leverage SharePoint and SAP. In this case, we're showing an example of what we call a purchase order request form, where anybody in the organization can execute a purchase order request transaction by navigating the form, pulling the drop downs on the form, places a direct call to SAP for that particular master data information. It's updated in the form. In this case, you can search for the vendor once you've completed the quantities and information about what you're wanting to purchase and the pricing. Select the cost allocation by again using the drop downs to select the cost centers and GL accounts. If you're a licensed SAP user, click the submit button. It will automatically create the purchase order transaction in SAP for you. However, if you're not a licensed SAP user, you can again use this form as a transaction initiation, and it would then use Windows Workflow to submit this approved form to a licensed SAP user, in this case probably the purchasing officer, to go and create the purchase order on your behalf. Here's an example of a simple SharePoint web part showing a list of purchase order requests that have been workflowed to a particular user. I hope this provides a high-level example of the types of solutions that IQX is able to provide. Have a look at our website, iqxbusiness.com, and let us help you see, share, and do more with your investment in SAP. Thank you.